Well, hey there, folks. It's me again, back with another one. This time, I'm going to get into this with you. This is a nice Craftsman kit, number 0322 from Bar Mills Scale Model Works. And I'll probably do this more as like a series, because if I was to make a video of building this thing, a build video from start to finish, it would be like interminably long. And I know I don't like particularly having to sit through 2 hours of something, of anything, even no matter how much I'm interested in it. So probably do just segments, and in between these segments of this build there'll be other things, because I always have 3-4 projects going on at the same time. This will be one of them. So I'm going to start off by, we're just going to do an unboxing and maybe some preliminary steps in how to build this thing. The Downtown Garage from Bar Mills. Alrighty, let's see what we got here, ladies and germs. Bar Mills Company has been around for many a long year. They're out of Maine. I've built, a bunch of theirs before, so I am familiar with what I'm going to get into here, even though I'm not sure how old this one is. I don't know when they first started making it. Some of them I know have been around forever. This is the Downtown Garage. You open the box, you got yourself a little scale ruler. If you want to cut that out, you can use it for HO, S, or O scale. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, first thing we got is a little bag of, looks like 3D printed parts, piles of tires, some lamps, gas pumps, some like oil barrels, something else I'm not quite sure what it is yet, and some rooftop details. We'll get into that. In this bag, cut this open. We have some windows. These are probably from Tichy Trains. Many manufacturers use their stuff in their kits. So it should be 12 windows. 4812, yep. And what do they call these? Bracing sticks. Well, this is an 8" by 1/4" square. I don't know what that's for. These are usually for bracing. On the inside to prevent warping. We need to set those off to the side for a minute. Oh, what else do we have? Before I get into that, we got some roofing material. This is probably for rolled roofing. Look at the, can't tell on the kit, but or on the picture. Yeah, that's probably for rolled roofing. Have to paint. It's probably peel and stick. Yeah, it looks like it. I usually add glue. Sometimes you don't know how long these things have been sitting around on a shelf in a shop somewhere, and the glue gets all dried out on the sticky part, so I usually just add a little bit. Well, this is their 2021-22 couple-year-old Craftsman catalog. So, but everything's, you can see on their website. Bailey's Produce. That's an O-scale one. So, all this info is on their website. I'll throw that back in there for now. These are the instructions, which are always done nicely. Oh, this, that's right, I forgot. This building actually appears on the Franklin and South Manchester Railroad, the famous Depression era layout of the great George Sellios. Well, that's kind of cool. I had completely forgotten about this particular garage. Well, you got some color pictures to help you out with. These are full-size elevations. Gives you some visual references, and if you need to measure and cut anything, it can be used almost as templates, some of it. And there's some more. That's what the top view looks like. Different parts of the walls, the roof, the base. Everything's numbered, easily figured out what is what. There's some sub-assemblies like the sign assembly, the windows and doors, all need to be put together. Little tab and slot for the inside wall. More cool, awesome drawings. These are really nice drawings. And there's a whole bunch of signs to cut out and glue on. So, yeah, these instructions are awesome, as I expected they would be. In here, let's get this thing open. Check it out. This will take me a little while to get this kit done, just for the fact that I do other projects too. I have to stop and go take care of things. All right, we got our window glass. This looks like TV antenna. Quite possibly that's what that is. These are all laser cut. The wood. It looks like that's for the sign on the roof. A lot of trim. Go around windows, doors, and everywhere. Don't know what that is yet. This looks like the base, the bottom floor. Some of this is on, what do they call this stuff? Task board, I think. But it's laser cut as well. And there's the concrete pad for underneath the overhang, it looks like, from the picture. We've got lots of parts here. There's doors and window parts. These are probably for signs. You got your walls, more walls. I don't know, this might be the sidewalk that goes around. I don't know. Doesn't look like a sidewalk. Somehow it goes around the building, I'm sure. This is probably the roof. Don't know what this is. It says bottom on it. We'll figure out. More pieces here. I will figure out what is what as we go through this build. Surprised that's all the strip wood stuff that comes with it. But if I look on this, I know why. This is going to be stucco. So we're gonna have I don't have a lot of experience doing stucco on buildings, a little bit. I've had okay success with it. So maybe this will be a little fun to play with. Hopefully I can make it coming out look pretty good. That's it for now. So the next little clip here should be prepping this stuff and getting it ready. very first thing I'm going to do is clean these windows up and get them ready for painting. Being plastic, you can see there's a little flashing. If you look on that window on the left there at the top set of mullions, that needs to be cleaned off. So I'll just take a nice sharp blade and run it along the edge there and clean that up. Then I'm going to cut these off. I'm going to wash them in a little water and dish soap, let that dry, then take them outside and give them a shot of primer. Actually, I forgot. Before I do any of that stuff and get these all cleaned up, I want to go into the wood with a blade. Oh, I can know if I can focus right. Maybe that's sort of there. Maybe you can kind of see it, but I'm adding some wood grain just with an X-Acto blade and making lines, little scratches throughout it. Do that, and then clean them, get them off the sprue, get them primered. This stuff is dry now. I went and sprayed it with some rattle can gray primer, like a light gray primer. These parts that I thought were 3D printed are actually resin, not 3D printed. Once I got them out of the bag, I could see. No big deal. They paint up the same way, and they are pretty detailed. Alright, some of this stuff is metal. I had to clean them up and clean the flash off with a metal file before I sprayed them. But next, we're going to give it a shot of this TS80 Flat Clear from Tamiya. This will give the castings a little bit more tooth for the paint to cling on to once we get around to painting them. So let me do that and I'll be back. So I read through these directions really good while I was eating lunch, and this is going to be a little different build than I've done due to it mostly being task board. They recommend that you put all your walls together and put on the exterior relief, you know, the things that hold the signs on, and just basically everything but the windows before even painting it. Usually I will, with craftsman kits, I'll paint each wall piece separately and put the windows in and put window shades, glass in, all that. And then assemble it. But this, they want me to assemble the whole thing basically and paint it after that. So these are the guys that designed the kit. I guess they should know. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So for now, let me get started on the first steps in getting this bracing put on the inside of these walls. And they have templates inside these directions to show me where they go. I'll just use some tight bond wood glue onto the back of the task board walls. Right, now got all our bracing on the walls. The kit didn't come with enough bracing. Fortunately, I had some of my own stash I had to dip into. The kit only came with about enough bracing to do maybe 2/3 of it. But I used these templates. These are not full-size templates, but it gave you measurements that you needed, like a 1/4 inch gap, 1/16 inch gap, etc. So I just measured and cut, wood glue. Now I'm going to put some weight on them and let them sit overnight. And we'll be back tomorrow. Well, it's the next morning. Just unweighted all these pieces. All the bracing to prevent warping is solidly glued on to the back of these walls. Now I'm going to cut them out Excuse me. And then dig in to the instructions and figure out the next steps. Alrighty. Now when you cut these out of this task board, sometimes it'll leave little nubs behind. Just sand those off. So we get a nice flush match when we go to put the walls together. So with this, I will leave it at the end of the first video in this little series that I got going on here. And there'll probably be another video or two in between each one. So if you're just looking to see this, just be patient. Or watch some of my other vids on stuff. Because I do, like I said before, I have other projects going on. I like to record those as well. And that's about that. So I will catch you on the next one. Right. Thank you very much for watching.